I like the quiet cinematic shots that they had every once in a while. It felt very like Planet Earth, very documentary-esque, very pretty. Although there were discontinuities, like Andy was pointing out with the feet. In one scene, they were charred or trench footy, and the other scene they were just dirty. So overall, I didn't have too many problems with it, except I didn't like the characters in the beginning. I liked them once he started hallucinating.
I know from a survival standpoint, there's been some like real survival experts that kind of analyzed the movie a little bit. And they said like the strokes that they were doing like in the raft were like realistic. And I forgot what other scenes they kind of were breaking down.
Let's say about the toucans.
The toucan, they didn't go into the toucans.
Hey, what do you have against toucans, huh?
I don't know, those toucans look pretty fake to me.
I didn't pay attention enough on those. But overall, I liked it. I think I would have liked it if they didn't make the hallucination scenes as clear. Like, this is clearly a hallucination. I would have liked a little more guessing, but that's just nitpicking. I think overall. Go
ahead.
No, I think overall I would just say I'm feeling like a 7 on this one. Like I like it in general, and I like what it was doing. There was some complaints on seeing continuity and stuff, but overall I still enjoyed it, and I like the survival aspect of it.
Yeah, it was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I give it like a 6. I thought it was pretty good. I like survival movies in general. I like the grit and I guess the luckiness you have to actually survive in like those situations. Like in my mind, I fancy myself as like an adventurer, but like that shit's like way out there.
that's not the adventure you want to get into.
This is a different level, and Ricky didn't sign up for that shit.
My adventure is like, you walk to next door neighbor's house, through the monte, but it's like a block.
And then sometimes
you can see the house. You can see the house.
You can see the house.
Sometimes you drive to a place without GPS. Ooh.
Oh, that's a really hard adventure right there.
That's a little spicy, huh?
Dude, they should have taken the GPS into the forest. They probably wouldn't have.
They should have just.
You're trying to get to your interview and your GPS dies, and it's in a whole different city.
You're like, yeah, you don't want to have that happen. Yeah, if they had just gotten their watches, their smartwatches, it'd be like, "Hey Google, McDonald's." I see you're lost in the jungle. Would you like us to get you out? Yeah.
Hey, help me.
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I thought it was alright. I'm not really a big fan of survival movies, and I feel like sometimes to me it was dragging. How long was the movie?
Slower.
That's a good
Hour
question.
45.
Because when we were halfway, I thought we were like about to be done, and I was like, "Fuck, we're barely halfway."
What movie? Yeah. What point did you think was halfway?
We're never halfway.
Yeah, like he literally moved the mouth and it said halfway. And I was like, "Holy shit!"
Have you guys seen It's another survival movie. It's about this wife and husband. This wife and husband who are contracted to take a boat from Australia to the United States. And while they're doing that, they hit a big storm, tropical storm in the whatever the fuck ocean it is. And then she gets like marooned and on her ship, and she has to like survive for like the longest record survival, which is I think it was like 400 some days or something like that. Or
are you talking about Adrift?
I think so. I think it's Adrift.
It's on Netflix, dude. It's actually a really good movie.
I like that one a lot as a survival movie. Like that one, I think did a lot of the scenes a little better and showed how like shitty surviving is. Like this one obviously showed how shitty surviving is, but I felt like I wasn't hit as much. Like some stuff, like how Marcus was on like his second day of like 10 foot, he was like struggling to walk like 10 feet, and over here Harry Potter is like his bone is like showing. But like he's still like trucking along for like days on it, which I know you have to do, but I feel like it didn't show it as much until the very scene where he has the walking stick.
Yeah.
And I think Adrift did really well on showing like it in general, how like shitty it is when you're put in those situations.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was like a 5 for me. It
A
just
5?
seemed like about a normal movie.
I don't think I'd watch it again, but I definitely enjoyed it.
Definitely
Yeah.
would not watch. I definitely would not recommend it. Personally.
You wouldn't even recommend it for
Unless
one
you
watch?
just wanna unless you really like if you're looking for movies of like Harry Potter and you know you don't have anything to watch, then I'd be like, watch this movie.
It didn't have enough Jaguar fights for you, Nick?
Nick
Nah,
watched
bro.
it purely for the Jaguars.
Dude, come on. I was like, when are you gonna use your Spectre Patronus, dude? That guy never went Spectre Patronus.
Nick.
What's it called? Yeah, I think Adrift was really good. I think I enjoyed Adrift a bit more than I did this one. I was gonna actually that was one of the options I was gonna show you all. And what's it called? Nick, I know you don't like survival movies, but I think you would have liked Apocalypto because that one was a bit more actiony.
Is it?
And it was pretty cool.
I think The Revenant is a survival movie, right? I think.
Yeah, but that one's like
That one is
one's
very
slow.
exaggerated. Wait, am I thinking of the right one?
No,
Revenant
it is
is wrong.
exaggerated.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's
based on
the
a
one
true
with
story.
Leonardo DiCaprio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like more realistic survival movies. Like if you give me a survival movie and it's like this fucker's using a can of pepper spray to fight off a jaguar while wrestling a mammoth, I'd be like. But you give me something more down to earth, more realistic, I'm like, this could happen to me, and this makes me a lot more scared than if I'm over here fighting jaguars.
Dude, I found the city, La Paz.
Ooh.
It just happened.
Hey,
It's,
let's go. Let's do how realistic this movie is. Let's go get lost in the jungle.
Nick, you wanna go to Amazon?
Laters, y'all.
Like you're gonna need like a fuck ton of convincing to get me to go camping, much less to go into the fucking jungle.
Camping is a lot less serious than jungle.
I agree.
Whoa. There's no
Unless-
Wi-Fi. There's no shower.
Oh gosh.
For like a
It's not
day or
sounding
two,
good already.
a week at most.
That's
I don't
way
know.
too
It's
much.
still serious. Different. Like, look, just letting you guys know, if we do go quote unquote camping, I'd rather stay at a cabin where we can go
That's
do
not camping.
outdoorsy stuff, and then we come back to the
Power.
cabin and we chill at the cabin with like power and hot water and like a hot tub and
Wi-Fi.
like alcohol and like.
Oh gosh.
So in other
Go-
words, we go hiking and then we return home.
Yeah.
So not camping.
Hey, it's as pretty close to camping as I want to get.
I can see Andy and Nick. Like, what do we do with our hands? Like, what do we do now?
Hey, I want to say if it came down to it, I could like figure some shit out, but don't depend on me for like long distance survival because it's not going to happen.
Look, Andy,
Yeah. It's
if
fine.
we go camping, you're the master at arms, and I'll lend you this.
I give you a compass and map, Andy. You're gonna be our navigator.
I don't know. I'm pretty bad at directions.
I'll lend you my slingshot, Andy, so
Slingshot.
you don't get bored.
Okay. Is
He's
that
gonna
okay?
start shooting you, is he?
You can grab like pebbles and you just throw it at stuff, so you don't get bored.
I'll do that.
Oh gosh.
He's gonna see a freaking lion. Oh, let me shoot it.
Hey, don't
Guys,
knock
there's a
slings.
lion after us. Why? Because I shot it.
He was really hungry.
It'll be like a Don't Starve. The lion's asleep and Andy goes over there.
Look, man, if we're going, we need to spend some time on the wild side.
That's why we're outside.
Wait, so Andy, what were your thoughts on the movie?
I enjoyed it. There was a few parts that I had to stand up and to go do other stuff, so I didn't like. I missed here and there, but it doesn't seem like I missed too much. It was pretty good during the survival. I feel like there was a lot of like. I feel like if there was infighting, there should have been infighting a lot earlier because they just like have not known each other for that long. And just the point where it reached where it's like one guy has like had his feelings hurt like really early on and like shit was starting to go bad because of that. And it's like, well, I mean, I don't know how much I'd believe that, you know, because I feel like no matter how insane you're going, you know, you'd probably have to suck it up a little bit, you know, if you're going to survive.
Yeah.
But it's all right. I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10 as well.
Yeah, but he didn't survive.
Oh, not that guy, but you know, that's.
I think with Marcus, it wasn't so much that, you know, there was like infighting that got him. It was more that his feet were getting fucked up and they were just thinking he was weak. And if I was in that situation, I'd be like, you guys are mean to me, and then I'd start crying probably. And that would happen pretty early on if my feet were like that. I'd be like, hey, like, guys, my feet are fucked. I'm not making this
Me
up.
too.
Yeah, I can see that.
But if it was like in
You put mud on your feet when that happens, or what?
no,
Dude, you're wearing chanclas?
you want to have as little time with shoes on as you can, and if your socks get wet, you have to dry them. And I don't know what causes trench foot. I don't know if it's like a fungal disease or a bacterial disease, or
I think fungus like makes sense to me.
that's what I would imagine. Some bacteria fungus thing. Because yeah, just having your feet wet for long periods of time messes it up.
Also that scene where he cut out that parasite out of his head.
He didn't. I'm upset. He didn't sanitize it. He had a fire right next to him. He just goes, "Fuck it, this is dirty. Put it right in here now." And he wasn't hallucinating yet.
Dying, bro. He's no expert.
Dude, I know. I guess to be honest, like if I was there, like cook the worm and like eat it, protein. I mean, he was
eating you
yeah.
before you.
That's that's the first thing you want to do, Rick. You want to put that shit back in your body, right?
I mean, you chew it.
You wake up the next day, it's on the other
And
side.
then you want to eat it.
Exactly. It's payback.
How are you gonna show Mother Nature? You've heard the saying, "Fight fire with fire." No,
Oh
if
my
it chews on you, you chew on it.
Chingo.
We'd be the worst survivors ever.
I heard that one.
I'd be like, day one. We're like 3,000 miles away from camp. Fuck that. Let's go back. We don't have to go to the actual adventure. Screw this shit. It's been enough adventure.
It's the first step for Nick, and he's like, "Guys, my feet hurt right now. I can't do this." Takes off his socks. He has like a packet of sriracha. Puts it on his feet. Look, I'm bleeding.
Alright, well, I think that will end our review of Jungle.
Jungle. Brought to you by Jungle.
It
Another
definitely
Harry Potter
gets
movie.
it definitely
I think
gets a
it's a decent
simmering on my
movie.
scale. Yeah,
It's a decent movie, not worth rewatching.
Not a lot of movies have
I
rewatchability.
It has to be something like Inception or like
John Wick.
John Wick. I think is rewatchable. John
John
Wick
Wick
is easy to rewatch. It's just like an adrenaline pump the entire time.
I know.
Yeah. It's like
action scene after action scene after action scene, and then you just get the littlest plot needed, and it's just like, oh fuck, you know, I'm John Wick. They killed my dog. Now I'm gonna kill them. But for 40 minutes straight, and then you killed my boss, but I'm the real boss. Oh, God. This is what an action
Or
movie
remember the
needs to be.
Titans?
I actually haven't seen that.
I've seen that one way too much, and I debate how rewatchable it actually is.
Apparently,
It's
very
definitely rewatchable.
But that's also because they used to play it at school all the freaking time.
Yeah, that was very very high school and middle school movie. But
The football one, right?
Yeah.
well, guys, I think that ends our review. Please catch us at our next stream. Super Saiyan games. That'll be a good one.
And remember to like, comment, and subscribe for Super Saiyan Games news right there. And
way.
visit our website, supersaiyangamesrating.com for scores and leaderboards. And remember to sign your petition for Super Saiyan Fantasy League to bring out your bracket to see who wins. Grand prize is $1 million.
A million.
A million.
I'm not saying what. $1 million something.
20 points.
All right. Bye.
Later.
Bye.